Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm angled here because my room is a mess and my floor is full of balloons. If you don't believe me, here is a balloon. Because it was recently my birthday and my flatmate has decorated my floor with balloons. Anyway, that is not the topic of my video. The topic of my video is my bow, my very pretty bow. I thought I'd show you what is inside my bow bag and talk about recurve bows. So this video may be a little bit on the long side. But buckle up. I will make more videos on bows, so do not worry. But I thought I'd show you what's inside of this. So this is my bow bag. The company is MyBo. I will link below the website where I basically got this from. So what I did was, because I've been doing archery now for about 4 years, and I've only recently gone in and bought my own bow. My bow cost about between £500 to £550, so he is on the expensive side. When it comes to buying bows, I would recommend not spending any less than £250. You can if you want to, but the equipment that you get probably won't be worth your money. So when you are looking to get a bow, I would recommend the average price is between £350 to £500. This was a little bit more expensive because a lot of the cheaper stuff that they had was out of stock because it's the beginning of the indoor season, which means that everyone's getting new equipment. But I love him and I'm very happy with him, and let's get started. So there are so many pockets in this bag. This bag was made by Archers, so it has literally anything and everything that you could want and need. I really love it. So it has a pocket at the front, has a flame. Obviously it's orange. You will notice a theme of orange because you will find that archery is a very aesthetic sport. It is the dressage of the sporting world. Whenever you get a new bow, 99% of the questions will be, what colour is it? So this is my bow bag. And I shall open up the front. So the front is a front open packet, which is absolutely great. Usually I'd lay this down and get this all out, but for the purpose of this video, I'm doing this. In here, in my main pocket, I have what is called a quiver. Now you can get lots of different types of quivers. You can get back quivers, you can get quivers that clip onto your bow. This is called a side quiver, so this will clip onto my side. There is a waist strap that literally is a buckle. This will clip on to my right side and I can put all of my arrows in here. There are 3 slots. I shoot with 6 arrows. That's the average for most competitions. For novices, I recommend starting off with 3, but I shoot with 6. And there's so many pockets. There's pockets in here. This is the MyBo matrix. There's pockets in here as well. And yeah, this is great. I love it. And I don't need to use a stringer anymore because before I was using a quiver that was owned by the club that I shoot with, and they ran out of waist straps, so I had to use a quiver with a stringer, which I'll talk about in a minute. Basically I just had to tie around my waist with a bow and it just was useless. Anyway, what else do I have in here? I have my bow stand. My riser will sit in here. I'll talk about what a riser is in a minute, and then my long rod will sit in here, and then the legs just fold out and it twists up, kind of like a music stand basically. And then this is where the magic happens. So the way that I get this up, there is Velcro. There is Velcro down the side of this, and then there is Velcro on the inside. There's Velcro down the side, or there's Velcro down the back. So you can choose where you put your bow. So in here there are 3 pockets. There's 2 on either side, then 1 in the middle. 1 for each part of your bow. A recurve bow is usually made up of 3 parts: your limbs and your riser. The reason why there are 3 pockets is because you don't want your limbs and your riser bashing about. Most bags have 2 pockets. This has 3. This is called a limb pocket. And these are my limbs. I've just got tape on them just to stop them from getting scratched because they are new, so in a couple of months I will be removing them. But this is my £24. So the weight, so basically for all you technical people, my bow length is 68 inches. my riser is 25 inches and my bow weight is 24 pounds. Last year, it's a little bit heavier than what I've previously been shooting. Previously I've been shooting 23. If you are going up bow weight, I would recommend not going up any more than 2 pounds at a time, just because, you know, damage and everything. My shoulders already hate me. It's the way that I clip this on. I'm not very good at clipping. Oh, it clips straight on. So it literally just slides in and then it wobbles, but when and then the string will attach onto the end. I won't string it today, I'll show you how to string it in a different video. But this is literally what it looks like, and then I'll attach another limb on the end, but I won't do that for now. I have the MyBo Synergy. And then the riser that I have is called the MyBo Wave X. He is green. He is the first of his colour to be sold in the shop that I got him in Loughborough. This is called an arrow rest. He is orange. Your arrow will literally just sit on there. And then your riser is where all of the magic happens. So you add all of your attachments to your long rod, your side rods, your pressure button, your sight, everything. So this is where everything gets clipped on. This is the most expensive part of your bow. You can spend anything from 100 up to about £700 on risers. My friend bought a riser for like 100 quid. I think mine was about 200. So depending on what you're looking for and your budget depends on how expensive you go with these. Usually left-handed ones are cheaper. I'm right-handed, so he's a little bit more expensive, but he is very pretty. And then the way that I take him off, I just push down and out. What I love about my riser is, or my fixation, they're called fixation points. I have one, I think it's called the IFS, I can't remember, but basically it's, with this type of fixation point, I can attach any other brand of limb onto my riser, and same with the limbs, I can attach any type of riser onto my limbs, as long as they have the same type of fixation, which is really, really good, because for some reason if I break or lose my limbs, and one of my friends has the same type of limb or riser that has that type of fixation point, but it's a different company, I don't need to worry about that. And then they just go in here, and then I just plop him back inside. I attach him back onto the Velcro, and he's very, very simple to be put away. And then again, I slip my stand up in here. Now I usually shoot about twice a week, because currently that's all the time that my university are giving our archery club. So we used to get many more hours, but because of COVID, we have less, because one of our sports halls is being used up for COVID vaccines and stuff, so we have less space, therefore we have to share and everything. Anyway, in one of the side pockets, again, zip. We have these mesh pockets, they run all the way down to the bottom. In the top one, I have my finger tab. This is the finger that I will be putting on the strings, therefore it stops my hand getting ouchies. The string will go in between here. Some people use gloves, some people use finger tabs. I use a finger tab. The type of finger tab that I have has a trigger, so my finger will just rest on there and then my thumb will go under there. I have a right-handed one, obviously left-handed people will have a left-handed one. I also keep my pressure button in here, so this will clip onto my riser by my arrow rest, and it will just basically stop my arrow from moving about when I'm shooting. In the second pocket I have what is called a stringer. I won't unfold this because he's a pain to fold back up, but basically I use it to put my string on my bow and take it off my bow. I'll show you how to do that in a different video. In the third pocket I have string wax, because string maintenance. And then in the flap there's another pocket which I've got empty. I think it just has some Allen keys in it. This one I have, this is my sight. He's not completely put together. He's still in parts. My parts are in the other pocket, but there is a little elastic strap and Velcro straps for him in the flap, as you may be able to hear the Velcro. Like I said, I haven't put him together, so he's not on my bow, and every time you take your every time you put your bow away you have to take everything off anyway, because otherwise it won't fit in your bag. The other side, almost done. I have my arm guard, so this will go on my left arm. This will stop what is called string slap, which is basically where your string will basically just hit you in the arm and give you what looks like a hickey or a bruise. You can get lots of different types. The type that I have is very long, so it will go from about my wrist all the way just above my elbow. You can get ones that are literally just the length of my hand and they're made of plastic. But I prefer this because more protection. It does mean that I can't wear sleeves though when I'm shooting. I have tape, not something you need, but just in case the tape on my limbs currently come off. Another mesh pocket, and then these pockets are for your side rods. I don't have side rods, so I use it, if I can get it out, for my string. My string is badly put away. Don't come at me, I don't know how else to put it away. My string is obviously orange and black. And the last two bits that I have, you can get lots of different types of strings and lots of different colours. Again, they'd sold out of just black, so I had to use that, which isn't the end of the world. He looks pretty. This, which goes in there, this is one of my attachments to my bow. It is called a long rod. Now, side rods are basically long rods but smaller, and they again will clip on to your bow. Now, long rods are those things that you see sticking out, the long things that you see sticking out of Olympic bows, and this bit has a weight on it. This will basically help with equilibrium and, oh, you can screw it off, sorry, and balance and making everything, you know, all the weight is equal. And it will screw onto your riser at the front, and it will sit in my rest, that slot in my rest, on my stand, sorry. Recurve bows are one of the most common types of bows that you'll see. Other types of bows include compound bows, which are basically the machine of the archery world. Lots of people don't like them just because they're very mechanical. You can also get long bows, you can get horse bows, but like I said, the most common one and a good starter bow is a recurve bow. I'm currently shooting bare bow, but I will move to Olympic once I get used to my bow. Now this bit, my draw length is 28 inches for any people who actually care. What I need to do is I need to get a sponge and put that in the lid, because when I walk my arrows rattle. So my arrows are, sorry, I had a spider on that. My arrows are about 30 inches. They are long. They are made of aluminium. They're most commonly made out of aluminium or carbon. Carbon is usually better because it's less likely to snap. Some people say aluminium is better because it's less likely to snap. So it just depends on what you shoot and how you shoot. These are called fletchings. When you do get your arrows, I recommend not getting the tip green, just because if you ever happen to shoot outdoors, you would be spending an age trying to find your arrows, because they're the same colour as the grass. My arrows are really freaking narrow. And they were pre-made. You can get custom ones or you can get pre-made. They were pre-made just because they're cheaper, basically. Novices usually shoot 3 arrows at a time. In most competitions you will shoot 6. I got 9 arrows, exactly the same, just because they bend sometimes, they snap. But usually if they bend, you can just take them back to the shop and they will fix it, either for a small fee or for free of charge. Thankfully that hasn't happened to me yet. And then the back of my bag just has a slot for my university card. So my student card I'll just put in here. It's actually meant for like an ID tag, but because to get into my sports centre I need my uni card, so I'll just put it in there. And then it has a carry handle and then chest straps. And I love him so very much. That is everything that is inside my bow bag. and I hope you guys found that interesting. It's 15 minutes long, so I will wrap up here. Like I said, I'll link everything below, and sorry I haven't been active for the past couple of weeks, but life has been a bit hectic, but I will hopefully be back to my normal schedule now. If you have any questions, don't forget to put them in the comments and follow me on Instagram at Casper Duty, and I shall see you next week. Over and out.